Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Messages from Spirit, where we're going to be diving deep into this month's energy and channel the events that will happen and how we can respond to that. What guidance can we get in order to use this energy in the best possible way? And obviously, I'll be first channeling the general message for everybody, and then I'll be diving deep with specific guidance for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. So do by all means have your own chart, if you have that with you, so that you can know exactly what your sun, moon, and ascendant sign is. All right. Let's dive in. Let's start with the fact that we are in Cancer season, and Cancer season is always a new beginning. It's obviously the summer season, and it's a summer solstice point. So this means that our energy, the sun's energy, which is our creative potential. Let me just check very quick whether this is all recording. So this sun's energy, our creative potential is complete, is in the strongest position. So we have a lot of energy, all right? And our energy is focused on trying to be safe. And as the sun is really shining down upon us from the highest point, we also can have that tendency to keep up an image, keep up a self-image that is strong. However, with a tendency of the moon being involved, because Cancer is the place where the moon is at home, is where we can maybe do something that keeps that image alive, but we have to learn here to transform that self-image. So the image of the child, the image of the mother archetype, and to be able to nurture ourselves here is important. I have to say that we start off this Cancer season, this summer solstice, with a last quarter square of the moon in Aries, and this is self-defense, this is action, this is warrior energy, and in a way that is good. We have a push, but there's a push required. And we see that in that chart, right, where we have, kind of the chart of the summer solstice, which is synced to in this case, Antwerp, Belgium, but is very general for the world all over. We see that is a very community-based energy, and where we are here to really birth a new self-image in a new community, where we place ourselves inside new friends, new group of friends, and where we have to really look at ourselves and say, is this still the group of friends that we can identify with? And so, that moon in Aries in the 8th house there with Mars and Jupiter, there's so much intense transformation with karmic relationships, with having ties, like energetic cords between you and people stronger than ever. There's an immense sexual energy here that I'm really right now channeling and feeling and just seeing in the chart itself, where we have to pay attention, where we just start new ventures and new partnerships, but where we can kind of be triggered really intensely and rapidly by the unsafety of that nature of that relationship, so where we can just act too fast. We are definitely working with a communicative vibe with Mercury in Gemini in the 10th house, and where we have a strong ability to get into like business relationships and communicate with a certain authority, and be very practical about it with a Virgo ascendant there. So, you know, when I laid down these cards for this month, I'm recording this currently with a last quarter square moon in Aries, a waning moon, and this is an opposition. And it tells us that there is a certain area where we have to assert ourselves. And that's what I'll be reading specifically for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. What area are you going to have to assert yourself, fight in a way for, you know, in order for you to make things happen the way your self really wants you to act. Like, in order to just keep centered, I think that's kind of the word that I was looking for. In order to maintain a level of centeredness, to not feel threatened. You know, but the thing is that if you have to fight, there's a certain threat, and I don't think we can run away from this. There will be a certain thread in our self-image. There will be a certain, like, energy that we are just being asked to use. And we're going to have to be okay with that. But I'll give you the specific guidance in order for you to just focus on that specific area. Which area is that manifesting for you? All right. Now, you know, the energy that is also available at the same time is, there are areas where you have to push, but there are areas too where there is material gain coming into your life, financial gain, possessions, financial abundance, you know, just material gain from efforts from the past. Now the thing is that what's required of you, right, and this is because we have the sub-energy of a disseminating earth moon, is that there's a certain responsibility to do something. Like, that material gain does not come into your life just because of that. It is really so that you can use this energy in the best way possible for your future financial security. So you're going to have to really focus on that. And we are going to be looking specifically to what that area specifically is for you, that you need to be channeling that material gain in. Now, what needs to be done next in general for all of you is visitor. It's not really something that you need to do, because that's going to come into your life. It's the energy of Venus and Uranus, the unexpected new visitor, an unexpected new person that just rocks your world, shakes you out of your like ordinary world, and says like, opens your eyes and says like, what the fuck? And so this is you know, unexpected events, and just either a new person or a new, you know, just like investment, a new relationship starting, a new attraction, like a boof, like an energetic energy that shows you that there's something new that you can create, that gives you a new perspective on life. And in general too, there will be a person or people that will help you accomplish your goals, where you are needing to push and where you will have to channel your financial or material gains in. And the result of that is Palace. Now, when you draw the Palace card, there's two things happening. One, there's abundance. And you will be able to have, you know, what you want. But it is also an energy where you can go into exaggeration, exuberance, and just enjoy too much. It's just Venus and Jupiter. And Jupiter expands, and it's like it can feel very satisfying and very fun-like, and it's like, oh, more, more, more. But the thing is that there's only as much, resources that you have gained. And it is, the universe is abundant and you can create more abundance out of it. But the problem is that you get into so much of like exuberance that you lose the whole purpose of why you received that material gain, and you spend it on things that might not really matter, more on pleasure and ego-based energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that you will run out of it if you do it that way. So this is just a caution. We still, like in that summer solstice chart, we have Venus square Saturn. So you're going to have to pay very close attention to what you do with that money. Otherwise, you're going to have karma catching up on you. And just the Palace card just says, just be cautious. The thing that needs to be done by you specifically with that energy is Venus. What this tells me is actually kind of the same energy as Palace here, but that you just, more of the same. You're going to have to really work with Venus, which is, it's actually inviting you to enjoy the moment. Venus is pleasure. Venus is art. I think it is create something beautiful with it and go into the, into the sense, into the here and now. Venus is just, here and now, and is to be appreciate that you're human, and just tolerate in a way too that human factor of just wanting to feel pleasure. But it is really, Venus is about self-worth, and it is to be able to act from a place where you just know your self-worth and in a way love yourself. And true love, not again love like, oh, I love myself, I am going to spoil myself because I deserve it. You don't deserve anything. That's just like spiritual woo-woo crap. You don't deserve anything. You are already worthy, though, is something else. But the thing is that like you are going to reward yourself like, oh my God, I've done this, now I deserve that. It's just like, no, just like everything is, you are already worthy. And when the thing is that with the whole, I deserve this, is I have suffered, so now I can spoil myself and just keep myself in the cycle of, what's that word I'm seeking? It's not self-appreciation, but just like self-validation. Like as if you need to be validated. It's a thin line, but actually it's a big difference, So I hope this message really comes through, that it is not because something is outside of you and you're going to have to take it and fill it up. That's what is like I deserve something. It's like as if it was ever outside of you. But it's, self-worth is more like, to be able to choose from a place of peace, from a place of like trust, and you don't need something outside of you. You just like, when you feel the pull or the push to like do something with it that comes from a place of peace and quietude, and just like knowing like, okay, yeah, I can do something with this right now. I don't need it, but I choose it. That's different. That's self-worth, and that's really what's being asked of you right here, right now, is to know what you are worthy of. So that's the general energy right now. Let's just dive in right now into the energy of this month. Let's dive in, actually. Not in let's dive in. All right, so that was the general energy. Let's dive in right now and ask ourselves specifically for our sun, moon, and ascendant sign, what area you're going to have to assert yourself really in, and what area you are going to channel your material gain for the best optimal results, and to know your self-worth truly. Let's go.